Hello, users, and welcome back to another episodic installation of Above It All, the series in which I say, I told you so, and go fuck yourself. So, when the March 18th primaries, Illinois, Ohio, Florida, and Arizona were voting, Ohio delayed their primary, but the other three did not. And I believe on that same day or the day after, there was the first death in Illinois, and people were like, "Oh no, it's hot!" Like, oops, right? Like it's almost as if the CDC days prior was like, "Yeah, no groups more than 50 for 8 weeks. Keep your social distancing and so forth." But now here we go in Florida. A Duval County poll worker who worked on election day has tested positive for COVID-19. Officials say they have notified the 360 people who voted at the precinct where the individual worked. This is the third poll worker who has tested positive in Florida. Now, I've got a little clip here of Simone Sanders, Joe Biden, surrogate, who was telling people to go vote the day before, the day of, 2 days before, the day after. These are the same people that were going after Breonna Joy Gray. Her and Neera Tanden, her being Simone Sanders, and Neera Tanden were going after Breonna Joy Gray because she being Breonna Joy Gray, said that it was irresponsible for people to vote during the pandemic. The CDC literally says this situation should not be happening. But Joe Biden's campaign, because they are fucking psychopaths, they are homicidal fucking psychopaths, they decided to push. They could have used their platform as the front runner to call for delays in the primaries, and that could have changed things. But they didn't, because they do not give a flying fuck about you or your family. They use you. All you are sheep to them to propel them to power. They do not fucking give a fuck. So let's play this clip.
No groupings bigger than 50. That's like every polling station except...
I should say that Chris Cuomo, as of today, this guy, tested positive for COVID-19, right? Oops, maybe he should have been a little bit more against this whole situation. I'm just throwing that out there.
In very small counties. The idea of delaying primaries. Senator Sanders seemed comfortable with that. We should listen to what the CDC says. Delay the primaries if we have to. What are your concerns?
Well, look, Chris, I want to be very clear. Democracy is extremely important. And in times of war, in times of strife, our country has always upheld the need to uphold our democracy. We have voted in war times. We have, votes were held many times in this country after, again, times of strife. So the reality is that...
Again, comparing, fucking saliva all over my lips. Comparing fucking World War II to a global pandemic is fucking mind-numbingly stupid. It's not what if fucking, Japan or Nazi Germany invaded the United States and, Florida literally had occupying forces, right? Would you still say, "Oh yeah, we should totally have our primary"? That's that's not what happened. There being a war halfway across the world does not necessarily impact people going to the fucking polls. There being a virus that can fucking be transmitted via saliva, spit, touching things, swapping things around, that is not the same to a fucking war across the goddamn planet. So even, again, these people are psychopaths. These people should be fucking arrested, prosecuted, and thrown in prison for killing people. This is homicidal endangerment. This is fucking disgusting. And honestly, if Simone Sanders is not in prison 1 year from today, then at this point, I don't know. What the fuck? We don't live in a fucking functioning society. This person should be in fucking prison. Seriously, this person should be in fucking in on Rikers Island. You know what I mean? If we're gonna have these prison populations where coronavirus outbreaks are fucking aplenty, throw Simone Sanders in there. She doesn't give a fuck about CDC guidelines, right? So just throw her in Rikers Island, see what happens, right? Maybe then she'll be like, "Oh, maybe we should be proactive." Ha ha ha. Maybe maybe then, right? Like, but who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Because she doesn't know.
That the CDC has, in fact, yes, issued guidance that has told people to keep their social distancing, not to gather in large crowds. And governors across the country, particularly in the states that vote on Tuesday, Ohio, Arizona, Florida, Illinois, they have said that they feel comfortable and are confident that the elections will not only be safe.
So this must have been before Ohio delayed their primary, so 2 days before. Because Ohio did it on the night before. Guess what? You're running for president. You're trying to be in a leadership position, right? Like. Again, it's just.
But that they can carry them out. And so I am looking.
This is the same thing as like the fucking Democrats' position on climate change. Like, we believe these things. Oh, climate is going to change. And the Republicans don't believe in climate change, but we do. Oh, yes, we believe in climate change. And we're going to do absolutely nothing about it. But guess what? The voter, we believe in it. Yes, they don't even believe in it, so you might as well vote for us. It's like that fucking journalist, right, that was on Twitter saying, well, if Biden is a racist, why not vote for the racist with better policies? Ho ho ho! Ho 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 ho! Right? Like, okay, yeah, sure, this is a great argument, right? Like, oh, Jesus.
To these governors, frankly, to abide by this CDC guidance. And if they say that they can administer this process, we believe them, frankly. So a number of early votes, though, Chris, have already been cast.
Right.
I was looking at some stuff today that said Florida's early vote numbers are tracking ahead of what they were in 2016. So I just encourage folks to use your voice. Your vote is your voice, and our democracy is extremely important. And even in times of strife in this country, we have to do our duty. So the CDC and folks have said it's safe out there for Tuesday. So I don't know what Senator Sanders was talking about, but I'll tell you, Governor DeWine said it was safe in Ohio. So I encourage people.
Yeah, and then the day after, he fucking delayed the primary. Oops! Right? Oops! Let's play that part again.
But I'll tell you, Governor DeWine said it was safe in Ohio. So I encourage people to get out there Tuesday.
Right? Like, oops, my bad, right? Like, uh-oh, I just accidentally killed a bunch of people in my leadership position. But fucking Senator Sanders, no idea what he's talking about. That dumbass fucking socialist, right? Trying to fucking protect people's health? What? No. Fuck you, Simone Sanders. Go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of my fucking TV screen, you goddamn fucking cocksucking piece of shit. Fuck. God fucking. Did I break my webcam? Hello?